Have you ever had gambas al ajillo? It's hands down one of the best ways to eat shrimp and probably the best thing you can ever dip bread into. Right, so let's get right into it. I got some frozen prawns here that are, well, not frozen anymore. But the cool thing about these is that they come already with the head and the vein removed. Which, let's face it, it's not a vein, it's a pipe. So I'm gonna peel these, and in the meantime, I'll tell you what to do if yours weren't processed already. I'm gonna put the peeled shrimp here, and I'm gonna save the shells here. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Now, as I said, these are already deveined, so I can just grab it by the incision and then peel off the shell like this. The tail is more firmly attached, so you just need to crack it open like a little bit like a nut. You have to be a little bit more delicate with these, but if you're careful enough, they're gonna come out. They actually didn't do a very good job deveining this one, so as you can see, there's a little bit left of it inside. So you can just grab that with the tip of the knife and pull it out. If yours didn't come deveined or processed, you can just make an incision along the back of the shrimp and take out the vein. And I'm just gonna keep going like this until I have all of the shrimp peeled. Now the reason why we're saving the shells is that we're gonna cook them with some garlic and dried chili and make a little bit of stock with them. Alright, that's the shrimp done. Now, I'm gonna save the water as well, so I'm just gonna pour it into the shells and rinse the bowl because I'm gonna need to use it again. I'll put those aside and then I'm gonna transfer the shrimp in here, to which I'm gonna add a lot of olive oil and the first of 3 applications of garlic. So I've got a couple of cloves here that I'm gonna remove the butts from, give them a good smack, peel, and just give them a rough chop. Did I say a rough chop? I meant a fine dice. And yes, I did say 1 of 3 applications. These are after all garlic shrimp. It's in the title of the recipe. Throw this back into the bowl along with a little bit of chili flake, just for good measure. Give that a stir, make sure everything's in contact with the garlic, olive oil, and the chili. Alright, I'll let these marinate, and then in the meantime we can start making that little stock that I told you about. For that I'm gonna need a couple more cloves of garlic, which I'm only gonna smash and not do anything more to. I'm also gonna use 1 dry Guajillo pepper. You can use any other dry chili, I just happen to have these in the pantry. I'm just gonna give that a little tear so that I can get rid of the seeds. Out with those. And of course the shrimp shells and the juice. Now I'm gonna grab a small pan and put it on the stove to heat up. I'll add a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna throw in the shells first, but I'm gonna save the liquid. You see that as soon as the shells hit the heat, they're gonna start turning nice and pink in color. The reason why we're toasting these is we wanna concentrate that seafood flavor. At this point, I'm gonna throw in the garlic and the chili as well. Immediately you're getting hit by the smells of the garlic and the dried chili, and everything is just coming together. I'm gonna let them go a little bit more because I really want to deepen that flavor. And this step is optional, but it really makes a difference in the end, trust me. I'm gonna take out the garlic on top of the chili and let it rest there for a little bit because I don't want it to burn. But I do want to give the shells a little bit more time in the oil. You know, that's you cooking. You're in control of everything. Ah, the smell is just incredible. Alright, these look nice and toasty, so I'm gonna pour in the liquid from the shells. I'll add a splash of water, throw in the smallest bay leaf I could find, and add a splash of some semi-dry Riesling. I want something with a little bit of sweetness to it. I think this is gonna go really well with the prawns. To be honest, you wouldn't go wrong with any other type of white wine, but that's my preference. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt as well, actually, but not too much. I'm gonna season everything in the end, but right now I'm just gonna let this reduce. And after 20 minutes, we're there. I'm just gonna strain this liquid gold. You wanna save every last drop of this. And I'm also gonna save the chili for garnish later. Now I'm gonna throw the pan back on the stove, and before I throw in the shrimp, I'm gonna slice a couple more garlic cloves, as well as some parsley. I have the pan on low heat, to which I'm gonna add a splash of olive oil. I'll throw in the garlic that I sliced, and I'll let that cook right until it starts picking up some color on the edges. At this point, I'm gonna add the shrimpies. And I don't want to cook these on a very high heat. I almost want to poach them in the olive oil. That's what Mr. J. Kenji Lopez taught me. I mean, look at that. This is a thing of beauty. Then I'm gonna add the little stock that we made. Turn up the heat for a second. And I'm just gonna cook this literally for a minute. Now I'm gonna add the parsley. And I'm gonna serve these. Finish them with a little bit more fresh parsley and garnish with that chili pepper. I'm gonna finish this with a little bit of flaky sea salt as well. Cheers. Let's get in there. This is insane. It's so good. Everything comes together in a symphony. It's garlicky, it's shrimpy, it's a little spicy. That little stock that we made is super deep in flavor. It's an incredible dish. Roll out.